But right now, second to last, almost the key spot. We got Super Trucker Tim coming up from Parts Unknown, probably parts, all of the parts. I'm getting some down shirt time over here. Just give me a second. All right, now to Super Trucker Tim. Yeah. Woo!
Hey, thanks guys. How you doing? Hey, I just want to take a load off the Jewish guy's shoulders back there. I'm the worst Jew anybody will ever meet. I'm half Jewish and half Norwegian. One of my buddies sent me in the mail a yarmulke with Viking horns. I hate that guy. But what I really wanted to talk to you guys about is day to day, a lot of us have to deal with a-hole jerks every day. And it's not that not everybody has to, it's just that truckers have to deal with them more. So I got this idea. What if I did a self-help video to get you guys through this? All right, because I've got this broken down into parts, right? All the different types of a-holes you will run into, all right? So the first one, the passive-aggressive a-hole. Now you guys know this guy, right? He's the one who cracks these jokes, right? That stab at you, right? So me and my buddy are on the golf course, and a couple of older guys come up to us, and he says, "Hey, you're a trucker, huh? You know what kind of clothes a trucker needs? A size 1 hat and a size 13 boot." Ha, ha, ha. And then nobody laughed. And I said, "Oh, it couldn't be because the joke's not funny. It just sucks." I said, "I get what you're saying, though. Truckers are stupid and all you need to drive is a big foot." Ha! But you know what a 95-year-old pair of testicles smells like? Depends. Oh, all of a sudden it's not funny. You know, so that's how you know you won. Right? And you walk away from that one. So the next guy on my list is the forceful hugger. I don't know how many of you guys get this guy, right? But this is the guy who comes up and hugs you, and he decides, you know what, I don't care if you don't like it, I'm going to force a hug on you. Here's what I do. Now, I'm a pretty strong guy, right? So if I put my arms around you, you're going nowhere, right? So I'm holding this guy until he gets real uncomfortable, and I go, "Yeah, I like that. You know, you smell like cinnamon and manhood." Now all of a sudden he wants to get away, and I go, "Oh no, this hug ends when I say." And guess what? He doesn't try it again. Okay, so the next one on my list, guys, is the a-hole in traffic who passes you and slows down. Right? This always has tinted windows, and the only part of his body that's going to come out of the car is the middle finger. You all know this guy, right? And I know you know him so well, you're going to be able to tell me what kind of car he drives. Number 1 a-hole car in the country. What is it?
BMW.
Okay? You're close. Tesla. Who said Tesla? Tesla. Every time. Every time. Okay, so here's what you do. Since you can't catch the guy, I can't, in a semi-truck, if I see one of these guys parked anywhere in any parking lot, I'm going to come up and give him a hard time just because I'm getting justice for somebody else, guaranteed. So that's how I roll on that one. The next one is the Costco parking lot a-hole, right? You guys know who I'm talking about. This guy doesn't care about pedestrian right-of-way. He will come up and give you inches, and put your life at risk. Anybody's life at risk. He doesn't care. So here's what you do, right? Take out your phone. You're walking across the parking lot. And then he gets mad because you don't stop. He says, "I'm going to run you over." And I say, "Hey, you know what? I hope you do. You know why? Because I don't want to work anymore. And here's what's going to happen. You even touch me with your truck, I'm going to flip and flop all over that hood just like a pancake in an IHOP kitchen." And I got a good lawyer. And that's how you handle that one, guys. So the point is you always got to get the best of these guys, but you can't get mad at them. Okay? The other one is the blame shifter I talked about. This guy can shift the blame faster than a 5-speed, than I can shift through a 5-speed, right? But there is the apologetic a-hole. And this is the guy I hate because he'll cut in front of you, right? I'll get ready to pour my coffee and he comes up right in front of me. "Oh, I'm sorry." And then he still does what he's going to do, right? You guys know this guy. So what I do is I get a bad case of arthritis all of a sudden. Oh God, I'm sorry. And I just pour coffee all over the place, Oh man, no, I'm the one who's sorry. So it just depends. You got to use their tools against them, guys. But here's the worst a-hole I've ever run into. I used to work for Bruce Campbell. I don't know if you guys know who he is. He was the the king of B movies. He was in the Evil Dead series. I love the fact that his career is now just plain dead. Okay, I was his camera guy. Well, he was short a guy, so he pulls me up on the set, and he gets mad at me and screams at me because I'm wearing a printed T-shirt. So he takes his shirt off, puts it on me, and says, "Let's do the scene." So I'm doing the scene with the guy, okay? And here's a picture of me with him on that scene, and the movie is called My Name is Bruce. And here's a picture of me wearing his shirt 20 years later. He never got it back. So that's how I roll, guys. And now one final story I'm going to tell you about Chris. Okay, I was driving in Chehalis, right, when I stopped at this nice hotel, parked there. Breakfast, I was a little disappointed because breakfast was understaffed, so I mentioned it to the girl. She said, "Hey, I'm really sorry, I'm the only one here." And I said, "Hey, you know what, no problem, I didn't know, I apologize." Well, and here it comes, Super Trucker Chris. Now, I use that term super trucker sarcastically because a super trucker is an a-hole, okay? So this guy comes in, walks in there, "What you burning?" And then tells her the orange juice is out, all this stuff, gets on her case, and I'm pretty upset about that. And I mentioned it to him, and he wanted to fight me. Now, here's the thing. I could have kicked Chris's, but I would have ended up in jail. So here's how you handle that, guys, right? So I noticed on his shirt it says Schneider Trucking. So I call up Schneider Trucking. I get the name of the lady on the phone, got the name of the manager, get out my truck, call the front desk. "Hi, yeah, this is Cheryl from Schneider Trucking. I'm paging Chris." Chris comes up. He doesn't know who it is. He gets on the phone and I say, "I just backed into your truck," and nobody hates anybody worse than Swift truckers, right? "I'm driving a Swift truck. My name is Sawtooth, and I done backed into your truck. You want to fight me? You come out." And I got to watch the guy come out and look for Sawtooth all over the parking lot in the rain, and it was very fulfilling. Thanks, guys.
I mean, a lot of people have liked this little cushion. I dig it. I am also a dumb trucker. That's my whole yeah. A lot of you know that. I'm not allowed to talk about it. I'm not allowed to talk about a lot of the things I'm going to have a whole lot of fun talking about one day. We're going to talk about it, but not today because they just don't want me to. And I'm trying to get my pension and trying to see how that is. Plus, I have this like funky job where I meet these lovely ladies that come in and see me. It's horrible. It really is. It's horrible. We have one more for you tonight, and then we're going to do some miscreant things. Probably in the front. I don't know if it's still raining out there. I know it's storming again. So we're going to do it underneath the hangers. I don't know if you guys have recognized, but this is called the joint. It wasn't an accident. One of my dearest friends who has been growing weed for 1,000 years now.
Can't prove that.
He looks like he's been growing weed for 1,000 years. One of my dearest friends. If only he would be able to afford a pair of shoes, I'd be happier. But that's why I have to wear the... Mr. James McDougall here to close us out for the night. The last comedian in the spot that is usually for me, but you get it. I know it's good, so maybe you host next time.
The trucker is here. Still. Thanks, dude. Can I rerun that joke? Was that you that threw that bottle of apple juice out the window? I know why you did it. That shit was a little tart.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Comedy and Trucks. Tim here again. You know, a lot of us have to deal with a-holes all the time. And I'm not saying that everybody doesn't. I just think truckers deal with it more than others in our job. And you know what I'm talking about. The kind of guys when you're going through a Costco parking lot and they go inches from you, drive right by you when pedestrians have the right of way and you're just trying to get in the store and they don't care about your safety or their own. I'm talking about the kind of people who get ahead of you in traffic and then slow down or stop. I've seen these crazy people trying to get ahead on the freeway and they go off the off-ramp and hit the side of the concrete barrier, scrape up the side of their car, trying to get on the exit to get around everybody. It's crazy. And it doesn't matter. They'll be driving Jags or Escalades and they do not care about even hurting their own vehicle. It's like they've lost their minds. Well, I'm going to show you guys, I'm going to tell you, because as a trucker, I could write a book on how to deal with these people. Because what they do is they'll try to get you angry, provoke you into anger, and then blame it on you and say, why are you angry? And turn it around. These people are masters of manipulation. But I'm going to show you how to take these people to the cleaners. This is called how to clean out an a-hole. Okay? So here's how you do it. You can use objects that you use every day to do this. First, your phone. So you're walking through the Costco parking lot and you're walking, trying to get into the store, and this jackass is driving up and he's not stopping. He doesn't care about your safety. And you just keep walking and he locks up his brakes and says, I'm going to run you over. Say, hey, I hope you do. Hold up your phone and say, because I'm smart enough to keep my phone rolling as I'm going through here, and I'm recording your license plate, your face, everything, and I hope you hit me, because even if you don't hit me that hard, I'm going to flip and flop all over your hood just like a pancake in an IHOP kitchen, because I don't want to work anymore. So I hope you do hit me. And then I was in Fred Meyer's, and this woman was yelling and screaming at the lady, you know, at the teller lady, and she caught me recording her. So she says, what are you going to do? Show it to management? And I said, nope. Nope. You are going on a Karen compilation on YouTube that I've been working on for a long time. In fact, I'm doing an editorial. This is a Karen in a natural environment and all her craziness. It's a documentary. That lady was begging me not to do anything with that footage. And I said, okay, yeah, if you apologize, footage is going away. And that's how you get these people started at your mercy. Right? This is just the beginning, guys. I was working for Bruce Campbell. Not a nice guy. You know, I was auditioning for him. And he said, what's this? Choreography, martial arts. I said, yeah, I know martial arts, and I know how to write a complete script in martial arts, a fight scene. And he says, oh, what's this, some kind of strip mall karate? I said, no, dude, it's a real thing. So fast forward, we're on the set. He's getting the set catered by Jacksonville, and I love Thai peanut butter chicken, guys. So I'm going back a couple times. And he gets mad and he says, yeah, eat up, you strip mall bastard. Nobody else knew except me and him what he meant by that. So right after that, you know, it's time to film. I go out with a printed t-shirt on. He gets all kinds of angry, takes his shirt off, puts it on me, and says, put that on, cover yourself up, blah, 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 you should have known, blah, blah, blah. What makes me happy about that whole situation is the height of his career was the Evil Dead. Now his career is just plain dead. And here's a clip. You can see a clip if you look on My Name is Bruce of me wearing his shirt on the script. And here's a picture of me wearing it right now. 20 years later. So you're a jackass to me, you don't get your shirt back. How about that? You know, it's a part of life, guys, dealing with a-holes. By a-holes, I mean ass clowns. By ass clowns, I mean jackasses. And the type of people I'm talking about, you know who they are. These are the guys who, you know, the crazy wenches in traffic. They want to get ahead of you so bad that they'll try to merge between you and another car, and they'll hit the side of a concrete barrier with their nice Jaguar and not feel stupid about it. They don't have the common sense to feel shame. Kind of people that are so entitled to go their way that they'll drive through a parking lot and not stop for pedestrians, miss you by an inch. Those kind of jackasses. You guys know who I'm talking about. They're out there, they're idiots. They have no sense of self-accountability. They don't care about your life or their own life. It's hard to figure out what they do care about. So guys, I'm gonna teach you here self-help class, because I've seen enough of it as a trucker that I can write a book about it. I'm gonna tell you how you can protect yourself with just a few tools that you use every day. So here's your first tool, guys. It's your phone, okay? So I've just continued walking in a parking lot like that and made these people screech on their brakes, and then of course they gotta scream at you. I'm gonna run you over! Well, my response always surprises them, and I don't know why it surprises them, because I say, I hope you do. Because guess what? My phone's in video mode right now, and I'm counting on you hitting me, because I don't like to work. You hit me even just a little bit, you barely tap me, I'm gonna flip and flop all over your car just like a pancake in an IHOP kitchen. And I'm gonna claim every type of injury and wound that there is. And guess what? When people
turn left into the parking lot,
and that there's money to be made, they're gonna support me. And I'm gonna take you for everything I can get. Just to cut out any confusion, you guys know what it means when you call somebody an asshat, right? It literally is the butt gasket you use when you take a dump in a public bathroom. Yeah, it's that piece of paper. And I just picture some jackwagon corporate clown with this sculpted hair, lint-free, wrinkle-free suit, you know, sitting in there making bets with people up at the office about how many rednecks would die that day. He's like, sir, we just lost a driver and a truck. He's like, oh, we can replace the truck. And oh my, where are we going to get a replacement for a beer belly, non-hygienic loser who's missing teeth? Ha 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 ha, schnive, schnive. I don't know where we're going to find more knuckle draggers. Like society doesn't give us plenty of those. Yeah, so you guys have heard of Corona Extra. How about Crazy Extra? Active ingredient, bad crap. So the worst kind of a-hole that I run into, guys, is the one that's like apologizing as they cut in front of you to fill up their coffee jug. Oh, I'm sorry, did I cut in front of you? And these guys, you can't get mad because these guys are masters at blame shifting. Oh, they can run through like all five speeds of blame shifts super fast. And they can make it you the bad guy real quick for getting upset about it. So you can't get upset, but who's to say you can't use their own apologies against them? Oh, I'm so sorry. Sorry about that. Oh yeah. And then there's the hugger guy. Ah, yeah. How's it going, buddy? When the guy he's a hugger, even if you don't want it, just hold on to him. Say, okay, I'll let you go when I'm ready. The first thing they need to understand is you'll have contractors try to raise their hackles higher than a trucker. But we're higher up on the food chain on the a-hole food chain. That's us. We're at the top. That's our freaking job. Next is cowboys. Now, guys, you got to have creative insults. You can't just insult and humiliate people to knock them down. You got to do it creatively, okay? Like, you know what you call an empty pair of boots and with a cowboy hat on top. You're going to create a Van Gogh of insults. So, guys, I had a neighbor that was giving me all kinds of problems and issues with the fence. So I could have painted it Barbie pink. No. This was Pepto-Bismol pink. And it was perfect for him and his garden party. His friends. So I let him go ahead and paint it. But just as the cop said, he had to turn around and paint it back the color that I had it originally, because I paid for all the materials. And so that's why I purposely bought $90 a gallon pink paint. And I wanted exactly the color that I painted it, because it's my fence and I can do that. But also, we had the guy in the neighborhood. He's a contractor, and if you got ladders on the side of your up on railing on your truck, guys, I already got your number. Not a fan of contractors. So when I told this guy, I held up a stick and he goes, "That's gonna be a bad idea, hitting my truck with that." And I said, "I'll tickle your colon with it." And he looked at me kind of confused, and I said, did sign language with my hands. "This go up your butt." And then I was my daughter's idol at that time. Also, she said, "Dad, there's people there is kids. If there was any kids that would shoot up our school, they wouldn't do it because they'd be scared you were going to show up." Now, guys, I've opened up my door before and had shotgun shells roll out onto the ground when I was coming to pick up my kids. It's interesting to me because wealthy people have the nicest cars, Escalades and BMWs, Jaguars, super expensive, and they seem to care the least about wrecking them in to a big-ass semi. So they value money. They don't value their life or their belongings. You know, I was in a grocery store. I used to work in Winco, and people are so demanding. A guy came by me one time, and he says, "Honey?" And I go, "Oh, sorry, I'm married. And we're not in prison." You know, it's kind of funny, guys, because you can tell the worst kind of a-holes by the car they drive. The number one car on the market that you knew there was going to be an a-hole behind the wheel was a Prius. Not anymore. Now it's a Tesla. And you can tell it's the worst kind of driver when that Tesla has tinted windows, right? And this little guy, so he can hide back there in his car, lock it, but at the same time show he's got money and that he's a little weenie hiding back there in his car. Now, this kind of guy, he knows he can't take a punch, right? He couldn't knock the bottom out of a wet paper sack. So he stays back there cowering. And then you see the finger come up, you know, the little finger. But that's about the extent of how much of him is coming out of that vehicle. This guy is the true asshat. And you know what an asshat is, right? That's the gasket, the ass gasket that you put down in a public toilet before you sit down. And this truly explains this guy. And so I had had an old guy on the golf course, you know, and they love these snide, low, kind of attempted covert insults, right? These old guys are masters at it, and you can't get angry, but you return fire creatively. I'm going to show you how to do it right now. So, for example, this old guy, he says, "Oh, you're a trucker, huh? Hey, you know what kind of clothes a trucker wears? A size 1 hat and a size 13 boot." Get it? And I go, yeah, I'm not laughing. It couldn't be because the joke's not funny, but yes, I do get it. It's because he has no brains and all he needs is a big lead foot to drive a truck. It's pretty funny. Hey, I got one for you. You know what 85-year-old testicles smell like? Depends. Oh, now it's not funny. Now it's not funny. Your heart just sank and you're walking away offended and you have nothing to say. That's how you know you've won. You guys think my hair is bad? You guys seen that bright sherbet colored hairstyle that looks like a cotton candy machine went on the fritz? Name of that hairstyle is called Offended. And they are offended at everything. Oh man, and then it just gets worse from there. But as soon as you hear that, see that hairstyle, you know you're going to see discontentment along with it. Discontentment of all kinds. Then you got the furries. Now the furries are like next level. You know, they want to take a dump in a litter box and be a cat. I think that's fine. Just make one rule. Clean up your own crap. And if you don't like cleaning up your own crap, use a toilet like everybody else. And if the hairstyle isn't bright sherbet colored, it's like this god-awful moss green. Looks like something growing on the back of one of those South American sloths. So when you go into the barber, now, this wouldn't be at a barber. This or a beautician. I don't know where these guys got to do it at home, because I don't think you can walk into just any beauty supply place and say, "Hi, I would like the offended hairstyle today, please." So I'll go through McDonald's and order a frappe. I don't even know what it is, guys. I just order it so I can hear them tell me the machine's down. This is always down, and then I'll tell them, "Hey, you know what? I'll be honest with you, I don't even believe there is a machine in there." And then before they can say it, you say it. Well, because I say, "Hey, maybe I could come back there and have a look, and you can show me the machine." And then finish their sentence form before they get a chance. "I can't let you come back here, sir." And then when they're about to say, you know, food safety. Yeah, food safety, you know, rules and all that. Yeah. And they're like, "Hey, what? Yeah, what? Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, there's no machine." Now, there seems to be this idea in trucking that that throughout the general public that all truckers are knuckle-dragging Neanderthal morons who can barely put a sentence together. Now, you can do one of two things with that. You could either be one of these old guys that's grumpy and mad and just angry all the time, or you could be sarcastic jerk like me and milk it for everything it's worth. So, let me give you an example. I was backing one time into a strip mall parking lot up to a pet shop that loads through the front, and it always seems like it's a person in a $40,000 Lexus who's willing to challenge your back. The person who's got the most to lose is going to put themselves in the path of your truck. So I'm backing up, and there's this baby boomer age woman in there, and she gets out and she says, "You moron, you idiot, you've got to be the stupidest person I've ever met in my life. Just look at you, you got 2 inches from my truck." And so I get out, I look, and I go, "Think you're right, about 2 inches?" I go, "Well, we got a saying in trucking, an inch is as good as a mile." And she says, "You're such an idiot." Now, you would think when I confirmed to her that I'm stupid, it would make her happy, but all it did was make her more angry. And so I said, after she's yelling and cussing, I said, "Inch is as good as a mile." And it seems like the more that I keep repeating it, the angrier she got. Blah, 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 blah. And now here's where it gets really good. You could tag team. Have your buddy come out, who's another trucker. Come over here, call him over, and have him look at it and say, "I don't see no scratches. Inch is as good as a mile." Oh, man. Then you're just working them over the top.